dialogue was the teacher telling the kids. Yeah, you know. Um, but I spoke last week about how I'm not so sure I'm the nicest to myself internally. Um, I feel like I compartmentalize really well. I've said that loads. If you know me outside of the podcast, I find that I'm generally quite happy-go-lucky. I'm generally quite positive. I'm chatty. I'm passionate. I will die on as many hills that I think I need to die on as possible. I'm one of those type of people. But I don't think many people would say that I am negative, down, or not a nice person to be around, which I think is a positive thing for me to say about myself. But the reason I'm prefacing it is because that's not the type of person I am to myself. And if I'm perfectly honest, that's not the type of person that I am inside,
Wow.
generally ever.
I love
And
this. We are breaking through the shell of Ryan now. This is brilliant.
but
This is amazing,
I've
mate.
always been that way. I can't remember a time where I was positive about myself in a way that meant something. And so I was thinking about it the other day. I watched the darts world final. I watched a lot of the darts this year. Um, but if you didn't watch it or you don't know about it, a 17-year-old won the world championship this year. Luke Litley, you must know that name, especially if you're
Yeah,
from
I've
the
heard.
UK. You'd have heard that name
Yeah,
somewhere in the last
amazing.
12 months. And he beat somebody that is questionably the best the darts world has ever seen. Phil Taylor's won 16 world titles, but Michael van Gerwen has won like the most titles anywhere ever, or something silly like that. He's unbelievable. Not many people would disagree with that. He's top two, top three of all time. Um, and he beat him. And not only did he beat him, he absolutely bashed him for the first half of the match. I think he was like 4-0 up in sets. If you don't understand darts, they do first to three legs, first to seven sets in the final. It's a bit like tennis, Joe, but you halve the number of games you need, so to speak.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, he's absolutely bashed him. And I thought to myself, that kid must say some unbelievably positive things to himself. And I'm not sure I could think of any that I would class as being genuinely positive. If I try and be positive to myself in scenarios, right? If I take the time to step into it and say, no, don't be hard on yourself, be nice. That inner dialogue bites back and says, "You sarcastic little fuck, you don't mean that." And
Wow.
that's the problem. I try and be nice, but that inner dialogue bites back and goes, "You're not being nice. Don't do that. That's not the person you are." And it's a really hard cycle I find to break out, and I don't know how to break out of it. It doesn't affect me